Hello, this is Michael Fox, back with my series of Warcraft videos that show the starting zones of various areas, basically a Warcraft primer. We just finished leveling our Goblin Shaman through the Goblin starting area, who's now level 12. Let's see where the little mechanical totems go, but she doesn't have access to those just yet. But we're not going to play her right now. We're going to actually create a new character. And we are going to do a Worgen. And more than importantly, we are going to do a Worgen, not a Death Knight. We may come to that later on. A Worgen Druid. And this is the Worgen in her Worgen form. This is the Worgen in her human form. So, and rather than use the randomized names, we actually have one that we created earlier, but because things didn't quite work out in the streaming, we reset everything. So I'm going to use the same name that we used before on that. And at this point I really don't care what the Worgen looks like. So now we have a Worgen Druid by the name of Betchen. Alright, so go ahead and start the Worgen zone, and we're going to see the initial animation. I'll be quiet during that. I hope.
Led by their indomitable king, Gen Greymane, the proud citizens of Gilneas once stood with the Alliance against the vile, orcish horde that sought to conquer all of Lordaeron. Gilneas survived, but in the chaotic years following the Second War, the mighty kingdom drew ever inward. Distrustful of their former allies, the Gilneans erected a mighty wall at the borders of their land, closing off their nation and their hearts from an ever-darkening world. Now, many years later, as the seemingly unstoppable undead scourge marches across Lordaeron, human civilization once again teeters on the brink of destruction. As war and terror close in all around them, the citizens of Gilneas are faced with one terrible truth. Their mighty wall cannot hold back the dead for much longer. And worse, rumors of a new threat have arisen within the kingdom's borders, of feral nightmare creatures that walk upright as men, but hunt and howl as wolves.
Okay, that was mildly amusing. Now, a little bit of background. The wall has actually been there since the very beginning of the Warcraft, but no one was allowed in it until Cataclysm. So this is set just before the events of the Cataclysm. That's important to know. So, we are talking to Prince Liam Greymane, and it's a lockdown quest. What are you still doing here, here, citizen? Haven't you heard the city's under complete lockdown? Go see Lieutenant Walden. He'll give you your further instructions for evacuation. And we're supposed to find Lieutenant Walden in the northwest end of the Merchant Quarter, and we'll get 15 copper and 80 experience points for it. Alright, now, before we go any further here, let's equip this. We're going to make this a feral, because most of the stuff we have is agility. So this is going to be a feral druid, a cat druid basically. And we have a choice between a one-handed weapon with intellect or these staff that I created that has agility on it. So we'll take the agility staff. And there's actually one more thing we can get here. That's the inherited insignia of the Alliance, since these are part of the Alliance. Okay. So, let's go ahead and put all this gear on, and that will get us an extra 20 points of a 20% increase in the experience that we get with these heirlooms. So now that we got all that equipped, let's go ahead and turn in the quest, and we will find that instead of 80 XP for that, we're going to get 96. And still 15 copper. Alright, so we found our little courier here, and Lieutenant Walden, he's dead. So now we got to return to Prince Liam, Greymane, and then Merchant Square. And we'll get more experience and a few more copper for that. Alright, and now we're fighting Worgen. Something's amiss. It's you again. Looks like you're not one to hide in the face of danger. Very well then. You'll get 35 copper and 204 experience. Makes the experience bar jumped with that one. Okay, so now we gotta check all hell breaks loose. Prince Liam Greymane wants you to slay 6 rampaging Worgen, and for that I get a back with 1 armor. And we got to evacuate the Merchant Square. Let's see. Evacuate 3 civilian homes. Basically, we have to knock on the door. And we may encounter some Worgen in the process. Now, this druid starts out with, this is another request where the reward will be a 6 slot bag. Most starting zones have something like that on their starting quests. And now we're going to get 4 supply crates. They're scattered around here. This druid starts out with just 1 spell. It's Wrath. It's a solar spell that causes 21 nature damage to the target at Essus level. Alright, so let's grab a crate there. And we have to turn on the auto loot since the loot system is working a lot better than it was when I was trying to. And let's also turn on the action bars here. Eventually that will come in handy. Okay. So we could actually kill a Worgen here, but we're going to open up a door. And we'll see if there's any Worgen in there, and there is. How about that? Just going to whack him with the staff. That staff does 14 to 22 damage, and these Worgen are 350. Actually, just 50. And we've already gotten to level 2, so knock on the door. Anyone home? Anyone else home? Nope, that's it. Okay. So now let's kill this Worgen. Let's whack him with the staff a couple of times, and that'll do it. And then knock on this door. And there is something in there. Wow. Wow. Alright, so we have evacuated the merchants to the square. We just need to kill Worgen now and get more of the crates. And because we're level 2, the damage actually went up on that, so we can one-shot him now. How about that? Not all the time, just some of the time. Alright, that's 3 out of 4 salvage supplies, and we have all the Worgen killed that we need to. They're not aggressive unless you knock on the door and find one. But later on they will be aggressive, so. A frightened chicken. Don't believe I killed anything like that. Wow. Okay. There's actually a guild achievement where you can, if you kill so many thousands of predators, you get a guild achievement for that. But she's not part of a guild yet, so we're not going to do that until alright, so now we're at level 3. Put on the back. Now we gotta go over here to speak to Gwen in the military district in the southeast. And we got a new spell for reaching level 3, that's Moonfire. Moonfire is an instant cast spell. could be useful because not only is it does damage right away, it 10 arcane damage. It also does an additional 91 arcane damage over 20 seconds. So I could really do a Moonfire with every one of these tunes and just leave them and they would die. This is the Druid trainer, and she's going to give me a quest to use the Moonfire against a Bloodfang Worgen. So, as it happens, there is a Bloodfang Worgen. And we're just going to watch him die. No, we want to loot him. No. Come on. Get out of the way. Alright, so we use that, so now we can turn it in for an extra 102 experience. And now we gotta speak to King Gen Greymane in the military district. In other words, where the question mark is. Okay, and then we speak to someone else. And then we speak to Lord Godfrey to get another quest, and this time we actually have a quest, a reward here, a leather wrist for 2 armor on it. Since we have nothing on our wrist, that would be most welcome. And we're also supposed to kill these guys with this use the Moonfire on them. Wow. Now you might wonder why it didn't attack. She didn't attack right away. Each attack has a certain period of time before the attack can start here. So, got another quest to speak to Darius Crowley upstairs. So we go upstairs. You look on the weapon, it'll give you what speed it is. The staff speed is 3.6. I'm not quite sure how that translates, but this is an annoying quest because I'm supposed to kill these, but I can't do these until I reach them. I mean, yes, it helps with the other quests, but this is the main quest. So we need to hold back the Worgens atop the Gilneas still in the city prison for 2 minutes. And for that we get some gloves. And for that we're going to basically do spamming the Moonfire using the tab key and the 2 key. And that was odd. Where are they? Normally they come in waves. You know what? As long as the timer goes down, I'm good for that. They can do whatever they want. I just hope it's not because of lag. Now here we see we have a frame rate of 56 frames per second, latency of 57 milliseconds. There we go. And let me see some of the add-ons that we have. I don't know where they are, but as long as the countdown timer continues to go down up here, we're good to go. There they are. Fortunately, I don't get any experience for killing these. I always thought that was a bit unfair. Alright. Maybe we do. And we got a new spell. Oh, it's because this guy was a wasn't part of the group. So now we get the leather hands or wrist, and now we go back the stairs and kill any Worgen in our way. Well, we go back downstairs, and right now she is in human form. She is not a Worgen yet. She's human, but that will change. All right. But yeah, we got to level 4 now. And that quest. Speak to Josiah Avery in the military district. And before we do that, let's go ahead and put on our new material, our hands and our wrists. We did have some old gloves on there. They were item level 1 with 3 armor. And now we have hands, item level 4 armor. Alright, so we need to find this guy. And he's actually down here. We have to open up the cellar door and go down. And there he is. He's frightened. He doesn't know what's happening. Don't look at me, leave me alone. And you complete the quest and you're thrown back. And it says you've been bitten by a Worgen. It's probably nothing, but it sure stings a little. And you got this little icon here that shows up over here, a Worgen bite. It basically says the same thing. You were bitten by a Worgen. The wound looks minor. Maybe it'll go away with time. Okay, so now we have the initial changes for becoming a Worgen. So now we need to defeat 6 Bloodfang lurkers, and for that they're going to these lurkers are stealth, so they're going to give us a little mastiff, a little dog, to go along with us, like that, and they will track down these lurkers. And there's one right there. All right. And we're looking for them in this area. And there's one. There's another one. There it is. Okay. Boom. You're dead. Okay, we're done in this area. Let's go look for another one. Down here. That's a rat. And that's a Worgen. But I was trying to say earlier, we have a new spell. It's a healing spell. It's called Rejuvenation. It heals over time. It heals the target for 78 health over 12 seconds. Useful spell, believe me. Over here. Alright, and we're done with that one, so we can go back to the cellar. Door should already be open. And down we go. So now we get a mace and we get a staff that we're going to use neither one of those, but we can sell them. Now we got to go to King, Jen, Greymane, and the military district. Not before we kill this Worgen. Alright, he's back over here. So Hunter gets the Mastiff as a pet. And I knew Crowley would come through. His weapons will be more useful to us, and I get 109 experience points for that. So now I have to go rescue Crinan Uranus, and they give me a horse to do that on. And he's going to be lit up in just a second. He's hanging from a tree up ahead. There he is in green. Now we need to use this button here to rescue him, and he's not on the back of the horse. And we're being chased by a bunch of Worgen. Okay, so we rescued him. Now we can turn in the quest. Well done, Betchen. We'll make sure Crinan makes it out of the city alive. Right. And I get 216 experience. That might be enough to... That's not... But now we go to a cutscene where they're going to fill up the cannon and kill some Worgen. Alright. So now we need to speak to the king again. The king is this way. He has moved since the last time we saw him. It's the newest thing, well not the newest, but it started with Wrath of the Lich King. It's called phasing. Basically lets them keep the same surroundings here but have different things going on at the same time. And hopefully with this one we will reach level 5. Not quite. So now we have more quests. And here we're going to ride with Lord Darius Crowley and round up 30 Mudfang Stalkers. And we're going to do that with this flare here. Torch. So basically we shoot that flare over where there's Worgen and they will follow us. What I'm basically doing is pressing the one key and using the mouse to find where they are, to put it where the Worgens are so that we can lead them up to it. So we got 15 of 30 already. And we got a whole bunch here. And we got our 30, so we really don't need any more following this, but of course they're going to do that anyway, so if we look back, we should see a whole bunch of Worgen following us. And we do that so that we can put them in range of the cannons. So, and there's level 5. Now we gotta slay 80 of these things using cannons. Let's see if we can't kill the guy right in front of us here. They are attacking the cannon, and the cannon might be losing a little bit of health, but I'm not. So we gotta kill 80 of these. Now mind you, we only rounded up 50, so there were 30 in there that we did not round up. Oh, we're done. Okay. That was quick. And now we can pick up some leather boots. And we gotta speak to Lord Crowley inside the Lightstone Cathedral, which is right in front of us. So let's go ahead and put the leather feet on. That's all we need. And we're getting to a point of transition here. Rather nice cutscene involving Lord Crowley. And we've given everything we have, yet still they come. Do not worry, Betchen. We'll slay many more before today is over. And I get 276 XP and 50 copper. Alright, so we got a good checkpoint here, Betchen. Feel free to say a prayer if that's your sort of thing. Take courage and let's kill these mutts. Kill 8 frenzied stalkers. Okay. And now they're inside the chapel here. That's not what we wanted to do. We're just going to spam this. And we're done. Just like that. Here's the cutscene that we were about to do. They've stopped coming. No bitching. That's not a good thing. And we get our XP and our silver.
Look at what you've become. Those cursed beasts. They've left you nothing more than just another wretched mongrel.
That is my character.
Do you even remember what you did to your friends? Your kind, haunting the wilds unchecked, until we found you. They've kept you alive because they still believe you can be saved. To which I must ask, is there even a shred of humanity left within you? Perhaps we will find out soon enough.
Okay, so now I basically have a choice. I can end the game and stay a Worgen forever, or I can do this quest and we can become half and half. I need you to pull through, Betchen. This dosage is strong enough to kill a horse, and it's our last chance of humanity. But I know you. I know what you're made of. Because I'm all level 5 here, and you're level, you're a boss. So you've known me all of like half an hour. Trust me, I know what you're going through. Now drink up and close your eyes, and for that we get 540 XP. Alright, so I am now a Worgen who can turn into a human, and this is how we do it, the dark light. Actually, that's not true. Okay, so Crennan's potion did not kill you. I suppose that means the human inside of you is in control then. I guess I won't be shooting you after all, at least not yet. And we're talking to Lord Godfrey here. And we're among humans again. Go to speak to Crennan Arenas and give him the good news. He's in charge of the house where we keep your kind. Just remember, Betchen, I've got my eye on you. You so much as try anything funny and you'll get a bullet between the eyes. So speak with Crennan Arenas in Duskhaven. For that I get 50 copper and 276 XP. And there is a spell now in my racials where I can, well, probably not there yet. Dark Light activates the true form, but there's another that I will get at a later date that will allow me to change back to a human form, and we may try that for a little bit. Alright, it worked by the light, it worked. And let me get my copper and my XP, and let me get to level 6 by the way. So, we need ingredients. The effects of the curse cannot ever be fully cured as far as we know. With treatment, however, your mind would remain yours, and not that of a wild animal. Okay. And I can shapeshift into cat form now, by the way. We are fortunate that the treatment worked on you. Normally I can only treat recent infections. You will need to continue your medication if we were to have you reverse the curse. And of course that never happens. I will need mandrake essence to brew another batch of my syrup for you. You'll find a crate stashed beneath a shed southwest